Hey guys, thanks for coming. Just let me wrap up this past week's game very quickly, and then we'll move on to the most pressing matter, which is Louisiana Tech. After going back watching the film, it was pretty evident to see we've got a lot of work to do in a lot of areas. But overall, though, for being it's the first game, playing in the rain, a lot of guys getting their first chances to play when we mixed them in. I thought overall pretty clean game. But some guys really stood out. Jamal Robinson, I thought, had an exceptional game. Even though Terrence had the 2 interceptions, I thought he played extremely well. I thought he had a total command of the offense out there on the field. Got us in the right plays, made some really good checks. I thought Daniel Cadona was a weapon that we thought he could be, and I think he's got a chance to even get better and really help this team. Both backs ran hard. I thought they both really demonstrated their 2 strength levels. Alonzo really pounded the line of scrimmage, got some tough 3rd and shorts and 4th and shorts, and then you saw what Elijah could do in the open field. I thought offensive line-wise, the biggest thing I was probably most proud of was Terry Johnson. Went the whole game without a bad snap. Thought he was very consistent. First game, still, learning, counting on those 4 guys beside him to really help him. Defensively, if you look, when we go back to offensively, we're moving. I think I mentioned this. Matt Barnes is going to go back to Y. Didn't look as good in space as we had hoped he would. And now with this resurgence of Gabe Fuselier, he really demonstrated he can help us. So we're going to move Matt back to the tight end spot, and I think he'll be a very effective player there. Just wasn't the player in space that we hoped it would be, and it's not fair to him to put him in a spot not to be successful. Defensively, Trey Johnson, Boris Aniyama, Kevin Fuquay all played well at the linebacker spot. I thought Trevance Pat played well in the back end. I thought our back end played pretty good. We can get better. I thought our D-line played well, especially the starting 3. And I thought Christian Ringo was ahead of the rest of them. I thought he played extremely well. We played a lot of guys, and that enabled us to stay fresh throughout the game, and I think that paid off there in the 4th quarter. So crowd-wise, incredible atmosphere at Cajun Field. Expect it to be even better this week with in-state rival, in-state team Louisiana Tech coming to town. So real quick, turning to Louisiana Tech, it's a team that I'm not very familiar with for the fact that I've never had a chance to play against them, but very familiar with the success they have had as a program, watching from the outside. They've a lot of tradition there, a lot of great players have come from there, and they've been very successful. They've been very successful against us. I don't think we've beat them in the last 6 times we've played them, and I think they beat us, something I read, 77-14 in 1998. And so they've owned this series of late. Our players know that. We addressed that this summer, and we are excited for the opportunity to compete against these guys. Very familiar with the staff. Manny Diaz is a guy, it's a friend of mine who we were together on the same staff at Mississippi State. I know what type of job he does. He's an exceptional coach, high-energy guy. He will have that defense chasing the football, I can assure you that. We'll have to have a great plan. And he, like I said, I think the world of him. Matt Moore's another coach that I'm very familiar with from my time when I was in the state of Alabama, when he was at Hoover High School and then went on to Troy, and then has really progressed through the coaching ranks so quickly and does such an exceptional job. I know he's going to have an offensive line playing hard, and if you watch them play, they play extremely hard. They play the way they're coached. And then obviously Coach Holtz, his body of work speaks for itself. He's been successful everywhere he's been, and it's no doubt that he's going to have that program ready to go, this team ready to go Saturday, as he's getting that thing turned around. And so, and I have the utmost respect for him also. So, big game. We take this game very seriously. Our players do, and they know the importance of this game. And it's a big one for us. I don't think we've even beaten Tech here since 1995 in Cajun Field. So I'm not too good with math, but that's about, 19, 20 years. And so that's quite a while. And so we're going to have a great week of practice in our preparation. Our players are extremely excited. I think they know it's going to be a great atmosphere. I'm sure that Tech's going to travel a great crowd down here. And we're going to have an incredible crowd, and it's going to be a great atmosphere, especially if this rain will hold off this weekend. it will be a lot of fun. I think our fans enjoyed the stadium this past week and all the new amenities, and so hopefully we can get going. If you watch those guys on film, I tell you one thing that stands out is they have got a running back, and the guy is phenomenal. He leads that team. I think he rushed for 1,500 yards last year, and if you watch him against Oklahoma, he is competing to the very end. This guy, you can tell he plays very hard. He's very intense, and he is one great pass protector. He's cutting guys down right and left all over the field. He's a guy that if you let him, he'll get some momentum, and he will put that team on his back. Their offensive line, I think, is a very big physical offensive line led by Joseph Brunson at center, one of our signees 3 years ago. And we knew he was going to be a good player, and he's demonstrating that there. And so I think they're good up front. Their quarterback is a transfer, but if you watch him play, he really made some nice throws. He's a guy, he's not a freshman. He's been in some good systems. He's a smart player, and you can tell that he's a good fit for that system. Defensively, they've got a defensive line. I think a couple of guys on the front. Vernon Butler is a guy that can really get some penetration. I think he's a tough one to handle. We recruited him also, so we know what type of player he is. I think in the back end, I think they're very good in the back end also. And like we talked about with Coach Diaz, he dials up a lot of different looks. So he's had our staff up here just about 24 hours a day just trying to see if we can break the code, which we have not gotten close to. So it is a very tough defense to figure out. So it'll be a great challenge. We're excited about the game this weekend, though. Renewing this series, I think it's great for both schools. I think it's great for the state. I think it creates a little interest for both programs. Anytime two in-state schools play and go against each other year in, year out. So I think it's good for football, good for the state of Louisiana. So